Ladies and gentlemen, our third matchup of the evening is scheduled for 4 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner to my left, wearing red trunks with white trim. Tonight, making his professional debut from Boston, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Hugo Costa. And his opponent, standing directly across the ring, fighting out of the red corner to my right, wearing black trunks with gold trim. His record, perfect. 3 wins, 0 defeats, 2 big wins by way of knockout. He comes to us from Hollywood, California, by way of Ukraine. He's nearly 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Serhii Sheludko.
He's a big guy.
Yes.
4 rounds, heavyweights.
I don't go to the fridge on this one.
No. Both of his Boston boxing promotion appearances have been definitive knockouts. I believe he went the distance once out in Tijuana.
Had a tough fight. He had a tough fight in Tijuana. In
Never
fact.
know what you're going to get out there.
Yeah. He definitely did struggle.
Probably a
bit.
good growing fight for him, though.
But I think tonight with a pro debut opponent, this could be a total wild card. This could end really quick, or you never know. Yeah, as you can see, Sheludko already working off the jab here.
That's what I wanted to see out of Chris. Use that freakish height, you know. Like you said, you can't teach that, and if you can hit the guy and he can't hit you, it's all the better.
Yep, already you can see he's trying to set some traps.
Yep, a lot of feints mixed in.
Some body work. And he's got a body to work on.
Yep. Yeah, and I would venture to guess that
a lot of flailing.
Costa does not have a ton of boxing experience.
No, you can just tell from the punches there,
Yeah.
or the flailing on the inside, not exactly on the straight and narrow.
Props for signing up to fight a 7-foot-tall human being.
Oh,
no?
I mean, I don't think there's a long line of guys if they see highlights of Serhii Sheludko.
Right.
They're very excited to get in the ring.
Yeah,
with him.
good one too.
You can see here he's being patient.
Yeah.
I think he needs rounds for sure. Like
good counter,
nice. Costa shakes it off.
Yep.
But yeah, you mentioned that fight in Tijuana, Kyle. Frankly, Sheludko really ran out of gas in that fight. Yeah, it was a tough learning experience for him.
Yeah.
A little overhand there from Costa.
He looks sharp tonight, mixing feints in. Good.
There we go. Starting to unload a little bit more of Sheludko.
Yeah. It's one thing to shake off the first straight right you get hit with, but once they start adding up, you're not laughing at him anymore. Great double jab followed by the backhand.
Nice overhand from Costa.
He landed the hook and
I'll say that was a lot
overhand.
straighter than some of those punches we saw flailing earlier. I mean, hey, good for him for going for it against this tall guy. Yeah, but we're seeing a lot of jabs, a lot of patience here from Sheludko.
And I feel like I already see a little bit of fatigue setting in for Costa, which
absolutely. I might be getting scrappier as more this goes on. We can see a little nice combination there from Sheludko. Again, I frankly, he's a bit raw. Still has a lot to learn.
Looks like that grappling background. His first instinct was shoot a takedown there.
Well, I'm
glad he didn't.
I'm gonna give Costa some credit here. He's getting out of round 1.
Yes, he is.
It'll be the second time that Serhii Sheludko has seen a second round. You can see we'll see his trainer, Anatoly Duchenko, who former contender, fought in, I believe, I looked this up, he main evented an NBC Sports Network show back in 2015, fought in Foxwoods. So yeah, he was at one point a world ranked contender. And we're going to see him later.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago, but he's training. He's going to have Andre Nowitzki, who we're going to see a little bit later on this card as well.
Super impressive in his
very. We're seeing a lot of improvement out of Andre Nowitzki, who's only 6'6".
Yeah,
only 6'6".
Only has a foot on me.
I know exactly. I saw these guys walking through the hallway of the Red Roof Inn Plus today, and I was impressed with them. They're giants. Big guys.
Yes.
And give credit to Mr. Costa here for Costa-ing through the first round.
Yep. Yeah, he made it through. I mean, he wore some pretty flush combinations pretty well. But
for sure.
Guys this big, it could only take one to land the right way.
Now,
good work there.
Sheludko
Yep.
starting to lay into him in the corner. But, I mean, hey, Costa knows how to hang on.
Yep.
He knows how to get out of danger. And a lot of these guys, sometimes you see in the ring, they don't know how to hold.
Right.
They kind of just turtle up, and he's not doing that. So he's been a couple fights in his life.
Yeah, especially heavyweights. You see a lot just take the knee or check out as opposed to trying to hold and tough it out a little bit longer. And so far he's proven that he wants to be in there.
For sure.
That was a little more wild.
I would say a little, those hooks from Sheludko were down around the hips, and he's got to tighten that up when he's in there with some better fighters. Kind of wonder, is he slowing down a bit?
I mean, he's still here, like you said. And
he's still here, and like I said, Sheludko's fight in Mexico, his biggest problem was round 4, he almost got stopped. He was frankly holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
He was exhausted. He lost a point for holding.
Really?
Yeah, in that fight. But I will say I think he's trying to. I think you'd love to get him out of there. Yeah. And he's doing the work.
Well, like you said, there's 2 knockout victories, both came by way of the first round. So.
But yeah, Melissa Kelly has her workout cut out for her right now. Getting these big heavyweights to behave.
Good body shot.
Yeah, slips it in there.
And that was one thing I was going to say earlier. I'd like him to dig to the body a little bit on a guy that...
Nice overhand from Costa.
Nope.
He's good for one of them once in a while, man.
Came in with his head pretty hard there. I don't think Melissa saw it, but not
Melissa telling him to pay attention, listen to her commands. As Costa does not like to let go of the clinch. But I'll say, this has been a lot more competitive than I think
After the first 30 seconds, when he was throwing a lot of straight punches, I thought,
and
Costa wasn't long for this world.
And you notice in that mouth, Sheludko's mouth getting a little bit more wider. So Costa's coming in, head down, trying to just...
I wouldn't say one guy looks more tired than the other.
No.
And that's shocking to me. Just going off,
Sure. But I'll say this. I think
Costa's coming forward. He's trying.
Sheludko has banked 2 rounds.
Yes.
However, his biggest enemy right now, I think, is time. I think he needs to condition himself to comfortably work these last 2 rounds. Don't get tired.
Time in the unknown of
you can see
how
here,
these judges are seeing these fights.
Puts a nice combination together of hooks.
And like you said, Costa doesn't just turtle up and eat him. He's stepping in. He's
stepping in.
Which is
he's standing up in the corner.
Not even taking a stool.
He looks.
I hate that idea, but respect.
No, like I said, I clearly you never know with a lot of these guys that come in how much combat experience they have. And tonight, I think we're seeing that Costa is on the side of at least somebody who's seen some action.
Right.
And he isn't afraid to throw the hands against a giant like this. Good for him. I think if you're the matchmaker, Peter Zimbor, you got to be happy with the effort of Costa.
Absolutely.
Because he's. I think Sheludko's a bit tired, and he's getting tested here. He's got to learn to. You can't get every guy out of there in 90 seconds. Good jab there from
Melissa's earning her paycheck for this one.
100%.
Gonna lose her voice by the end of it. And when he comes in and leads with that jab, it's there. And the first half of the first round, he was doing that, and he was, you know, putting that right hand behind the jab. But like you said, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of fatigue.
I think for sure. I mean, the punch output has dropped dramatically from both guys.
Yeah.
Both guys have their mouths open. It's tough to do that. Listen, toughest individual sport in the world. So
yes.
I'm not going to criticize.
And now Costa's shaking his head.
Yeah, Costa's saying, "Hey,
and
I can take these shots."
He's making a fool of me because after he got
and he gets in with an overhand shot, and Sheludko immediately clinching.
Yep.
And I saw a lot of this in his fight in Mexico. His opponent was even shorter than Costa,
really,
and he was just getting caught with so many overhands, and was just desperately trying to clinch after he banks the first 2 rounds. And I think Sheludko definitely got caught there. This is looking a lot like that fight in Mexico, like almost to a T right now. And I think Costa knows, hey, I'm just going to chuck some overhands. Let's see if they
land.
land.
I'll tell you what, the more he lands, the more he's going to get this crowd behind him.
Absolutely. They are loving the effort, I think, from Mr. Costa.
Oh, he
caught him again.
I mean, is he winning this round?
I
don't know.
This is a Costa round, absolutely. I think it's a Costa round. Costa looking in his corner for instructions. Yep. But I mean, honestly, there's been so little work, in this round that I think these little flurries are making him.
Like, even if they're arm punches, there's still big winging punches that are landing. And like we said before, when you have a short guy snapping a tall guy's head back,
it looks good.
It's impressive to the judges.
I'll tell you, that fall-up flurry that Sheludko just threw, wide. Nothing landed.
Right.
He's tired. He's getting sloppier now. And if you're in that Costa corner, you're telling him, hey, man, go out there and just go for it because you might get a draw.
You might get a draw.
You might get a draw.
I mean,
we're going to see here on the replay.
Right here.
This shot that causes Sheludko to immediately hold. Flush shots.
Yeah. And again, it's tough to really say he was hurt. He's winging these punches in there, but still, it was the most impressive looking punch of the round.
Absolutely.
With so few thrown.
I mean, you can see more action here. Backing a tiring Sheludko, slipping in these big. They're big, they're wide, but they're getting through. And if you're in that corner right now, you got to tell Sheludko, man, hey, you got to dig, dig and just bank this last round. Because
and maybe I'm crazy. Costa doesn't look gassed.
He looks pretty good
for a debut going into his 4th round. Against a monster of a guy.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Mr. Costa. So we head now into the 4th and final round of a 4-round heavyweight fight that has been.
And he's ready.
It's been a little bit scrappy at some points, but I'll say this: I think the crowd's got their money's worth so far.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what we're gonna expect. I don't know what to expect in this last round. No idea.
Personally, I just start hearing the Rocky anthem in the back of my head, and I just hope that Costa comes out and, you know what I'm saying, throws caution to the wind and
let the hands go.
Yeah, would have to be the upset of the night.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he liked that body shot. I know he shook his head off, but
I'll say this: this is good news for Sheludko right now. At least in this first minute,
he's not getting walked down.
He's not getting walked down again, and he's again not a lot of work, but he's the one doing the work here in the first minute at least. Yeah. Costa
looks a little bit frustrated.
I think he might have had really took everything out of him in that 3rd round. Melissa's imploring these two to please listen. Just listen to me.
And she's wondering if either
I think
guy speaks English.
I know Sheludko speaks perfect English.
Well, there you go.
Because he grew up in L.A. I don't know how good Costa's English is, but she would love these heavyweights to please listen to her and break. But yeah, good news for Sheludko here in this last minute. I think he's
good combination.
He's digging into the reserves right now. He still has a lot of work to do. He's very raw, and chalk this up as another learning experience.
Right.
But certainly.
But you got to wonder, what do you have?
How high is the ceiling?
Yeah,
for sure.
When Costa takes a fight with no boxing experience,
right. You're gonna get a pro debut guy and
kind of pushes you.
Yeah, push. Oh, certainly he's been pushed.
Oh yeah, definitely pushed him. I mean, good 1-2 there. I mean, this is definitely a better round.
Oh, I agree. Much better.
I mean, I think if it keeps going this way, you have a, 39-37, 3-1.
That's where it's going right now, but we'll see. I mean, we've got 45 seconds left. Costa would need a home run shot.
Yeah.
I think to turn things around. But at this point, I think
both guys tired.
This is definitely a pace that's very good for Sheludko.
Yeah.
And he's at this point, I think, just beating him with pure athleticism.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say technique. I just say he's got, he's able to move around the ring a little better. He's gotten
experience.
More experience. Slipped a few, gotten a few in this round, but
and this is the first round that Costa looks tired.
Yes. Scrappy round, Kyle. We're not gonna put this one in the highlight reel.
No. Yeah, you might struggle to pull some replay footage out of this.
Yeah, this isn't going on the TikTok because we wrap up 4 rounds of heavyweight boxing that I don't think anybody thought this was going the distance, but here we are.
Yeah.
Serhii,
credit to Costa for
extended
going the distance, and I think winning one round.
On my unofficial scorecard, 39-37 for Sheludko.
Yep.
And I'd say a clear 39-37 too. I will be, but again, we have seen some funky scorecards in these first 2 fights. But hey, Costa goes the distance, doesn't get knocked out, bigger guy, first professional fight. He'll be asked to come back.
Oh, and much better performance than some of these other heavyweights I've seen come in against.
For sure.
Honestly, even lesser competition than he faced tonight.
100%.
And look for the exit
relatively
soon.
Absolutely. He could give some, like a novice heavyweight from the area who's going pro. He could be a good pro debut test for sure. That's
I'd put my boy Chris Aiello in there with Costa.
I was going to say, we're doing a little matchmaking here. Chris Aiello, who had a successful pro debut on a Boston Boxing show back in September.
And Chris didn't get to
show
a ton.
Yeah, Chris had a
very
fast,
very skilled heavyweight with a lot of experience.
Against the immortal Akia Prote.
Yes. Yep.
And I think Mr. Costa would certainly be a step up from Akia Prote for sure.
Yeah, I think he would dig a little deeper than Prote typically does.
So we're waiting for Costa to get the gloves off. Done with our third of 9 fights tonight. All 3 fights have gone the distance. Coming up next, we got women in action and their pro debut. We got Alexis Balduc and Chelsea LaGrasse. So don't go anywhere because they'll be coming up pretty quick. Nice sportsmanship there from both guys. Good, honest effort. They did. I think they did the best they could. Not a high skill level, but they did what they could. I'll give them that. We're just gonna go to Peter Zimbor now for scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of humanity swinging at each other's heads and bodying there. How about a round of applause for both these guys? We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Joe P. scored the fight 40-36. Judges Ken Bolovic and Jackie Morrell scored the fight 39-37 for your winner. The unanimous decision and still undefeated, Serhii Sheludko.
All right, 2 judges having it the same way as my unofficial scorecard, 39-37. Joe P says, I'll give him a shutout.
Right.
But more importantly, right guy wins, goes up to 4-0. Got some work, but he's building momentum. And congratulations